one. Click. Okay, today is September 1st, which means the release of our brand new scrapbooking kit, Le Chic Vintage, which is shown right here in the plastic packaging. So this is how your kit will come, along with 12 patterned pieces of paper. The patterned pieces of paper from Jelly Bean Soup are right here, and they are multi-patterned. So you have front and back of different patterns to choose. So in your scrapbook kit, you're going to get 12 pieces of pattern paper, one blank sheet of craft paper, one full sheet of red rubber, as well as one exclusive first release of our Burnt Umber Unity Stamp ink pad. It is hybrid, so it can be stamped on anything, cloth, paper. We want to make it quick, so we're going to go through a really quick scrapbook layout. This is Michelle. I should have introduced her right away. She is our new, what is your title officially?
Business development.
There you go. She is our business development gal. So she deals with all the wholesale clients as well as international. She is a very talented lady, although she has never scrapbooked before. So we're going to run through a really simple scrapbook layout today. This is the one that I threw together yesterday, so this is the one that Michelle is going to put together. It's scrapbook collage type simple scrapbooking. So we're going to start by showing her how to distress the edges, because I really like the distress look on scrapbooking these days. So this is her first piece of paper. There you go. Alright, so we're going to distress the edges of all of our pieces of paper today because we like the distress look. So I have a couple of different distressors here, one from Making Memories, one is a Tim Holtz type, so it has a small little blade in it. If you don't have a distressor, you can also use just the inside of scissors by opening it up. So Michelle is going to start distressing your piece of paper, and all you do is take it and start rubbing the sides like this. If it rips, it's fine, it's still going to look great, so we're just going to distress things up. You can push even those out.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Lady.
Right.
And see, the scissors works just as well. You probably have to hold it in a little closer, it's a little more tedious, but you can use the scissors as well. I think I'll stick to this one. I think that Erin and Brooke should come in here and distress. Who's that? So we're going to distress all our pieces up. And the beautiful thing about distressing is we can also use our ink to make it look a little bit more vintage or distressed. So you can take the Unity ink that comes in your kit and just take it and actually just go right along the sides of the distressed edges. It's going to give it a worn look, it's going to give it kind of an old look, vintage look. There's no mistakes here in crafting. So, there's one piece done.
You're quick. I had a big piece. That's what I'm going to go.
Yeah, sure. Keep going, keep going. You can work out your frustrations on this.
I like the fact that it's double-sided though.
Yeah, it is
Because
nice.
then you have lots of options, and plus the fact that there was a lot of leftover paper.
There was a lot of leftover paper. So for this scrapbooking layout, we actually only used 3 different pieces of paper, and of those 3 pieces, this was our leftover. So you're still going to have all of this to work with for another layout, which is a beautiful thing. I like, oh, never mind.
I do think though that this is something that's cool because I've made cards in the past, but I've been overwhelmed with the thought that having to go in and find different pieces and how to put it all together when it was a bigger piece of paper has honestly held me back from scrapbooking. So I was excited when Angela, the whole idea came up with the scrapbooking kit just because it's all in one, it's all together.
It's all together.
It's all together. You have everything in one complete kit and you can start being together. So I'm pretty pumped about it.
Hooray, it all matches.
All right, what do we have left?
Okay, so now that we have all of our paper distressed, we can start kind of putting our Okay, so the next thing we want to do is just make this lovely little stamp right down the side of the paper. So I'm going to let you do that. This is one of the stamps from the Le Chic Vintage Collection Collage Kit. So we're going to stick it on our Unity handle and ink it up.
Okay.
No,
And
do that.
this one?
Yeah.
All right. Now, do you have to, I mean, press a lot just to get it covered?
Yep, just
Really
get
well?
it covered with
Okay.
your ink and you're good to go.
Okay.
So now, in accordance with what I've done here, just kind of eyeball it and just stamp it right down. So I'm going to let you do that.
And I do to re-ink.
Yep.
Having this couple, I think it's kind of cool having a little bit light.
just start over.
All right, super. Remember to re-ink in between.
Or actually, to show there's no mistakes in crafting, you could actually go right over
Do
the top
another
of that.
one over the
Yep,
top?
That's
Okay.
a beautiful thing.
I'll make sure I have it right. I suppose there's no. Hey, that's cool. And then re-ink.
Yep. And bring it up a little bit so that you're kind of putting them all together. There you go. There. And it doesn't have to be perfectly aligned.
Okay.
You can kind of just do it all over the place. And then you're going to want to fill in your little space there, so you
Okay.
can easily just go over the top. It'll still look great. Perfect.
Hooray!
Okay, so then you are going to take some craft colored paper. You're probably going to actually have to get a couple different colors of craft paper to complete this, simply because we're using the one that we're sending you as the background paper. One of the colors that I chose is just kind of this off-white color. So I'm going to show you what we're going to do with this next. So you want to take your notebook stamp and use your C handle. And then you're just going to want to stamp it on here, ink it up and stamp it on there.
I'm glad you said that stuff because I probably wouldn't just.
You went to inked it?
It's just a good reminder.
There you go.
Okay.
So there is your clear image. So now you can take your little scissors and cut that all out. And what we're going for is this little piece right here.
And get close to.
Yep, get
Okay.
really close.
Brings you back to kindergarten, cutting it around.
Okay, so what I did then after I was done with that, this is just like me crafting. I always set a million things everywhere. After I was done with that, I just went ahead and roughed up the sides again to this. So we just roughed it all up real quick. And what I also did is just took my scissors and kind of went in to the grooves of the stamp. So I just took a couple little cuts into the groove like this. Just so we can kind of give it that look of notebook paper. And then the really fun thing, when you're done with that, is you can take your ink, do the sides, and then what I did is I quick took the ink while it was wet and just smeared it in to give it even more of a worn, vintage, fun look. So I just take my finger and I actually just, oops, ink it, which nothing's a mistake. Okay, so you just ink it up like that. So go ahead and try. Just you can keep going until it gets to that look that you desire. And just spread it all around.
Cool. That's neat.
There you go.
All right.
Then you want to finish it off. If you want to put the words and the ruler on there, go ahead and do that with your
Okay.
stamp. Is the paper off the back? Yes.
We'll find out when it falls.
And then the words, which are right here.